Okay, so 7 decades of rock music and metal, and also album of the year according to me. Let's check out all the different decades. 1954, Bill Haley and his Comets released the first US chart-topping rock single called Rock Around the Clock. 1964, well, this album is actually from 1965, but I guess you can forgive me that. Beatles' Rubber Soul. Beatlemania is happening in a big way. Psychedelic rock is just around the corner. British Invasion is going on. Kiss, Hotter Than Hell. Their second album. They actually released 2 albums that same year. Other bands that started in 1974 are bands like Judas Priest, Rush, and 1 year earlier, Queen. 1984, Iron Maiden's Power Slave. Around this time, heavy metal is one of the mainstream music genres for young people especially. 82, 83 would be some of the top years for that genre. Album sales, ridiculous. Also, notable thing, thrash metal was already happening around this time, so there was already stuff from Metallica and Slayer you could actually check out in 1984. Talking about Slayer, 1994, Divine Intervention. Though at this time, still a great album, Slayer isn't the heaviest thing happening. There's already death metal going on in early 90s, very late 80s, but still one of the heavier sort of thing going on at that time. 2004. For me, Necrophagist and Epitaph is what starts the modern progressive death metal. Really amazingly, breathtakingly technical album. 2014, Alitor, Eternal Depression. You can still hear the echoes of 90s progressive death. I mean the band Death. Albums like Human and Symbolic happening here. But there's also that more modern thing with some of that Necrophagist thing happening. And finally, this year, 2024, Judas Priest is still releasing albums, and pretty darn good ones at that. Invincible Shield. Still, these classic bands are happening all the way from 1974. Can you believe it? It's like 50 years later and this is still going on. What can you say? Amazing. Check it out. It's by far the best album I've heard this year.